That business didn't go to plan. I sold my house, started again. I worked from a kitchen table for 6 months with a GoPro, turn up on sites, like some mad woman.
What was that realization? What was the moment that when you go?
Because I was burning out.
Okay.
I was burning out quite a lot. I was getting up from 2 a.m. most mornings. I was doing the written posts. I was doing the content creation of the editing of the videos. I was doing the admin. I was doing the client relationships. It was a lot, and I did feel the effects of that. You know what? I hate them people on LinkedIn where they're like, yeah, we can do this, we can do that. And I'm like, no, you can't. I'm not bothered about looking stupid. I'm curious. I'll ask questions. I believe in giving people a chance, that your background doesn't dictate your future.
Welcome to AMSOS. Literally, we're jumping in.
I feel like I'm on a quiz show.
You are. Quiz show, podcast, everything you want to call it. You have no idea what you're about to get yourself into. We're jumping straight into it. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions in terms of which category you want to choose.
Okay.
And off the back of that, I'll shuffle the cards. You pick the cards.
Yeah.
And we'll let the cards do the work, shall we?
Let's do it.
So, which category would you like to go for? Ambition or acquisition?
Ambition.
Okay. So we've got ambition, money or mistakes?
Mistakes.
Okay. And service or sacrifice?
Survey.
Operations or opinions?
Opinions.
Ooh, okay. This could get spicy. Strategy or survival?
Strategy.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us a bit about yourself, your agency, what it is you've been doing, and give us some context who you are?
Okay, well, we're actually coming up to our 4-year anniversary next week.
Wow.
PR by Whitney. As you know, I've been in the PR industry for 15 years. Started PR by Whitney 4 years ago. I just started out, it was just me at first with the GoPro. And I just thought, I just need to pay the bills. I just sold my house to start again. But now we have grown into an international business. We work as far as America, Dubai. We specialise in positioning people within the market to be industry leaders, be known for credibility, be known to be the go-tos, basically. We've got offices now in Manchester, London and UAE.
Manchester, London and then UAE as well.
Yeah.
Look at you.
And that was me starting out with a GoPro.
It's not bad, that, is it?
No.
Oh, tell me a little bit about that before I jump into the ambition side of things. Like, what made you open an office in London and UAE?
So we have a lot of client bases in London. Well, I started out working from my kitchen table. So when we was in Bolton, I'd gone separate ways with my business partner at the time. That business didn't go to plan. I sold my house, started again. I worked from a kitchen table for 6 months with a GoPro, turn up on sites, like some mad woman, getting content. And then I got an office. I got my first videographer, and I just built up each department as I went, as I could afford. And then London was calling. We had clients in Ohio and Florida reach out. Then I went over to Dubai, and the market was just massive, so I set up there as well.
Go you. Well, that leads us nicely into the first deck then, because you clearly got a lot of ambition, right? So, like I said, I have no clue what I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
You have no clue what you're about to ask. That's why I'm shuffling this card. So, please.
So now it's on me.
Now it's me, wherever you go. When you imagine stepping back one day, what do you hope is still standing?
The business.
Tell me more.
I want to create something that's a legacy. I've wanted to keep beating the drum around digital PR and changing the game of how it's known. I want to build careers for people within the company. And I want it to be more established than it is now without me being involved.
And how are you currently doing that? What are the steps that you're starting to put in place? Because that's a big thing. Create something that is a legacy.
Yeah.
And what does legacy mean to you, actually?
Legacy is building something that can be known for when I've passed away, and building an empire that can help people grow, and it changes the game, basically. I believe that getting the right team around you is so important for that to happen.
Can't be in one place at once. How are you currently doing it? Because I see your story. 1 minute
sometimes I'm up from 2 a.m.
1 minute you're in London. How are you doing it all?
Team. I believe I've built a team up now that can help me do that. The resources. because you can't do everything yourself. Now, I used to be a person that thought, I'll do everything myself. And you just can't. If you want to build something, you want to build something well, you need to get people in the company that are better at certain operations, accounts, content creation than you are. You can't do everything. So it's about getting the right.
What was that realization? What was the moment that when you go?
Because I was burning out.
Okay.
I was burning out quite a lot. I was getting up from 2 a.m. most mornings. I was doing the written posts. I was doing the content creation, of the editing of the videos. I was doing the admin. I was doing the client relationships. It just, it was a lot. And I did feel the effects of that.
How did you recover?
Employing people. Yeah. And just being like, Whitney, just get people better than you. It's okay to let go.
That's pretty interesting. And I feel like this next question, whatever it is, really nicely inside, because you mentioned you were burning out and then you realized that, which then made you go, I'm going to employ people. I need to find the right type of people. Well, the category you chose is mistakes, right? So let's find out what question you're going to pick.
I'm not letting this card go.
There we go. Okay. What's something you do completely differently if you started again?
Not hire fast. Be more assertive in regards to holding people accountable for what they should be doing. And getting the right people in the right seats quicker.
Let's talk about not hiring fast.
Yes.
Because I remember there was a time when my agency was growing. We went from 6 people to 21 people, like overnight.
Yeah. Thinking that you need them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So tell me a bit more about that then. What did that teach you? What mistakes did you make that had made you go, do you know what? I ain't never doing that again.
Yes. Similar to what you've just said. Basically, we was growing fast. Clients were coming in thick and fast. And I was just like, right, we need this person. We need that person. When people were at full capacity. And I was listening to people say, yeah, I'm at full capacity. When basically, when you do your due diligence, they're not at full capacity. Some people are just lazy. Like, let's have it right. And what I did is I hired more and more people as we took on clients. It was the wrong decision.
Interesting. And then how did you go into starting to hold people accountable?
I think at first, when you get your new members of staff on and you grow in the company, you're trying to win clients, you let things slip. You listen to people's word. Don't do that anymore. I want facts. I want to see proof.
So what do you have in place then? Because people are people at the end of the day. They're great people and we need them. Yeah. Because I think I have a saying, your agency is as good as the worst person in the team.
Exactly.
So we do need people, but as business owners, we also need to have the right processes.
Systems.
So what kind of things do you have in place to help not make this mistake?
I have team leaders, managers that hold them accountable. We have systems, reporting lines, everything. I don't miss a drop now. Everything is got. We need answers for everything, making sure that the job's being done. Because it's our obsession at the end of the line. And the client's coming back to you. And there's nothing worse than having a client conversation saying the ball's been dropped when you've been told that everything's going all right and you're the one walking into the lion's den. I bet you've been there a few times. It's awful.
I've definitely been there a few times. So what are the qualities of great people then? Because you've got some team leaders. How did you decide, you know what? I see you as a team.
You know what? I see things in people. They've got the motivation, they've got the ambition, they've got the drive. And it's like, I never really go off CVs when I have an interview. I will go off how they approach the interview, how they present themselves. I think that you can weigh up a person and just watch their actions and see how they perform. The people that I do believe have got trusted in the company are just exceptional. They want to win with you. They want the company to win. They're on a mission.
I love that. Which I guess it leads nicely into the next category that you've picked, right? Which is service. So you've gone from ambition. I want to build something that has a legacy, build careers, because it's clear you're very people focused. And the way you talked about the mistakes that you made, I can see how having the right people can also then mean delivering great work to clients. So here's the service question.
That one.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Oh, This is a good one. What's something a client thanked you for that you genuinely didn't expect?
Because I don't believe in beating around the bush, as you know me. I am a straight talking person. And also going above and beyond when they don't need to ask for it. It's about thinking about that brand, thinking about that company, the people within the company before they have to. And yeah, I'd say that I have some really, really good. All my clients have now become my friends. I hardly have any childhood friends because most of them are my clients. Are you not the same?
100%. Well, there's a saying: someone is likely to become a client is likely to become a friend faster than a friend is likely to become a client.
Yes, 100%. 100%. And honestly, my friends are my clients, and I'm really grateful for that.
So how do you juggle it then, though? Because also, yes, they came in as clients, and being friends is great. It makes a relationship stronger, but there's always that fine line as well, isn't it? So how do you manage that?
See, I have had clients that have left, that are my friends that have left, and I don't take business is business. Sometimes shit happens, and a client needs to leave, whether it's financial or the business needs to wind down. I used to take everything personal. I don't now. I try to separate the two, especially when they are my friends, because life happens and things come up.
Like I said, we've known each other now almost a decade, and I know the old Whitney.
I was just personal, wasn't I? I'm like, honestly.
And I see the new Whitney in front of me. What's changed? How did you get to this level of elevation? I mean, you were always driven from the first time I met you anyway, but now you like on another level. Like, what have you done to get to this stage?
I think I learned a lot in that business. I learned a lot by the people I was surrounded with. I think I had a realization check in regards to, I did like a life audit of me as a person even. Like, was I ready for business back then? I probably didn't know half of the things that I know now. Every failure in that business and where I went wrong, I held myself accountable, and I've literally redefined everything, and that being me.
Love that. Well, one thing I know about the old and the new Whitney is she don't shy away from an opinion or two, which is the toughest that you pick. So let's find out what we go with for.
Yeah, my God.
Okay. What's a piece of common agency advice you think it's actually wrong about?
If something's not broke, don't fix it.
Okay.
Because I think some agencies stagnate with the old ways. Now, me coming back from PR, I started out in traditional PR, which was one press release. A lot of agencies I know out there, people are not going to like this, say, yeah, PR is the be all and end all, but what press release is a one hit wonder. People will promise people that they've got a little black book of contacts, and that is just not true. So that's probably one of them.
Okay. Can you think of any other? That's a big one. We'll address that, but
well, people guarantee clients that they can do certain parts of, they can make a client go viral or anything that's false promising. I hate that, because I will never do that. If a client says, I want this and that, if we can't deliver it, we're not the agency for you, and I will make that clear there, because one thing is I won't put my name to anything that we can't deliver on.
I love that. If something's not broke, don't fix it. When people guarantee false promises, like, I've seen that.
You see it all on LinkedIn,
especially in the SEO when agencies start promising, we can guarantee number one and all of this stuff, and I'm like, no, you can't.
No.
You could get there, but you can't guarantee. Because what happens if the competitor that's currently number one starts spending 5 times what you're spending? What happens if Google decides, I don't like the way you're doing things? What do you do then?
Yeah, it's so frustrating. You know what? I hate them people on LinkedIn where they're like, yeah, we can do this, we can do that. And I'm like, no, you can't. And it's like, and that's why I think the clients do respect me as well, because I will brutally turn around in a meeting and say, we cannot promise you that. Well, such an agency can. I said, well, I'll tell you what, you're going to be having your money stolen.
I love that. No, I love that. And I think it sets you up nicely, because if everyone's saying one thing and you don't come in and you go, listen, this is the honest truth, this is all we are. It's a good way to separate yourself, isn't it?
You've got to do it. And you know what? Being transparent from the get-go is what's going to like build the respect and trust with the client. I don't want to promise anyone just to get a few quid in the bank. Do you know, I want to build long-term partnerships, and like I want to deliver a good job, something that I can put my money where my mouth is, basically.
Nice. Beautiful. Have you found that taking these clients or help you win more business? What's the position of that?
I definitely get people's minds ticking. Yeah, I do genuinely think that I've won work because of how brutally honest I am, because I will state facts. I'll say there's no agency, and that's not me trying to win work over other agencies. I'm just stating facts. There's no one out there can guarantee you certain elements of any agency, as you know. And I'd rather walk away from a deal than promise something that's going to lead to nothing. Does that make sense?
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Which brings us to the last topic on AMSOS. You chose strategy.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
no.
what do we have? What's a strategic decision that's still playing out that you completely believe in?
Building this business. Probably going all in, taking a risk on building an agency, taking the risk on going international. I believe in myself. I back myself. I do have my down days, however, it doesn't last long.
How did you get to this level of confidence? Because I think this is something so many people need to be able to aspire to and get to. So what are your process to get you here?
And it sounds crazy, but I read a lot of books. I listen to a lot of podcasts, YouTube. The main thing is surrounding myself with people that I wanted to be like. I wanted to mirror them people. I don't want to know why they've got millions in the bank. I want to know how they got to that. Do you know, I'm not bothered about looking stupid. I'm curious. I'll ask questions. I'll sit in a meeting, and if I look dumb, I look dumb, but I will get the answer of what I need.
Someone once said, the price of success, the entry cost of success is embarrassment.
Yes.
And you literally just capture that in that statement.
Yeah.
But then how do you go about finding these people then? Because you said, I want to surround myself with the people. I don't care what they're doing. It's just how they do. How do you find them?
So I've met everyone through work. However, what I've done is the people that I've been around, like we have £1 billion companies on there. I'm not scared of asking the CEO of that company, can I borrow you for 10 minutes and have a coffee? And then I will literally like ask questions, because you know what? It's like I used to hold back and think, no, I can't do that because I look stupid. Stupidness gets, you know what? If that's how you're going to hide. I'm not scared of looking stupid. And I genuinely believe as well, the people that I am like that with respect me more because I'm curious. You can be in a boardroom with, say, 5 competitors, not one of them will ask a question because they're too scared of looking worried. So stupid, sorry. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to say, can you explain that word because I can't understand it?
I like it. Okay. No, this has been fantastic. I mean, we could sit here for hours and keep talking about this stuff, but we have a challenge on the show, the AMSOS challenge. And the way the AMSOS challenge works, the previous guest picks a challenge for the next guest at random without knowing what the challenge is. It is a challenge.
Okay.
However, because you are episode 1, our head of creative earlier.
I like you got me in on the roll.
Picked the challenge for you. So I have no idea what the challenge is. You have no idea what the challenge is. She doesn't have a clue what the challenge is. So the question is, do you accept the challenge?
I accept the challenge.
Okay. The challenge picked for you is the dream client. Without saying who it is, describe the qualities of your dream client.
Okay. So, they let us do our job. They've got in touch with us for a reason. Some clients can come in and start telling us how to do our job, which I'm really doing back. You must get this. I knew by your smiling. And sometimes you think, what are you paying us? But obviously you can't say that.
I have this conversation.
Just let us be the experts. But yeah, our dream clients, they trust in what we do. They will every quarter we always give our client a new strategy. This is what we've learned from the last quarter. Some clients will be like, yeah, that's perfect, run with it. Other clients, they will rip it to shreds and what about this and what about that? And it's like, well, you know what? Do it yourself.
Like it.
I don't know how people are going to take that, right? But
it is what it is. At the end of the day, if you've come to an agency, is clearly an expert at what they do.
Yeah. There's nothing more worse than people telling you how to do your job. And it's like, well, what's the point? You're wasting your money then.
I've had this conversation. So we have a saying at our agency: the client is not always right.
Yeah.
But the client is never wrong.
Yes.
Those are two very different things, right? So the position is, you want us to do this, this, and this. We go, what are you trying to achieve? What is your objective?
Yes.
We say, boom, boom, boom. Based on our knowledge, based on our history, based on data and our experience,
research,
this is how you're going to do it.
Yeah.
However, if you say you want to do it this way, you're the one paying the bills.
Yeah.
But we will let you know that when the result comes and you don't get what it is that you're expecting to get, you can't come and blame us, because this is what it is.
Oh, and you know what else is another one is when they want an overnight success. Oh gosh, it's like, just give, even not sometimes, not within 4 weeks. They're like, we're not seeing results. I'm like, my gosh, you've not even been on the market. You need a minute. Jeez.
Love it. Here's a dice for you.
Yeah.
This is our closing ritual. You're going to roll the dice. Whatever number you land on is what question. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And to close off, Whitney, if I gave you £10,000 for a charitable cause, how would you spend the money and why?
For a charitable cause? Oh, there's loads to add on a day.
Well, you got 10 grand. How would you break it up?
I'd give back to charities that I believe in. Homelessness. Women who have been through sexual abuse and rape, and ex-offenders.
Why those?
Because that's something very personal to me.
I was comfortable sharing a little bit of it.
Yeah, people do know that was my childhood. So yeah, I believe in giving people a chance, that your background doesn't dictate your future. And yeah, if I could help more people in that sense, in them topics of life areas, then yeah, that's why I spend money.
Whitney, it's been an absolute honor and pleasure to have you on the show. You are an absolute powerhouse. I've known this from the first time we met. I've known that you are going to do something special, and you started to prove it. And I know this is only the beginning. So I'm excited to see your journey. This has been a fantastic episode. We will link all of your information. I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. As your first guest. Shut me right under a bus, Stephen. And I'm excited to see this grow as well. And make sure I get invited to your dinner.
Absolutely.